Hi everybody and welcome to StudentSOS. Thank you for joining me for this new video. And if the content is useful to you, then hit that like button and subscribe for further notifications on content that will be interesting to you and lots of people that you know. It really helps the channel and it helps me to keep the content free. So this morning what I'd like to take a chat about with you is the UCAT exams. So it's that time of year again, and the UCAT exams are due to be starting from the beginning of July. And what I really want to talk about is when you should sit that exam. There's no one simple answer to that question because that's a really personal question. And of course, with things as they've been this year, there are all sorts of other factors to consider. So all I'd really like to do with you this morning is have a chat through what your options are and why you might choose to do certain things and not choose to do other things. And also have a chat with you about what you need to be doing in terms of preparation. You'll find in the comments below a link to the UCAT main website where you'll find lots and lots of free practice material, practice questions, practice tests, details of the types of question that you could be asked, which I will mention later on briefly, and all their content is completely free. So there are lots of places that offer paid for content. I would encourage you to start at least with the free content. So all the UCAT website material that's linked down below is available to you for free. So you can sit the UCAT paper between July and September. And it doesn't matter really within there when you choose to sit it. The booking will open at the end of June, so you've got about 3 weeks before you've got to have made a decision as to when you would like to book. So what I'd like to do is have a little look this morning with you at the pluses and minuses of booking earlier, later, or indeed somewhere in the middle. So why book early? Well, what I want you to think about in terms of booking early is if you needed to postpone, particularly because at the moment of something like self-isolation because of the COVID situation, then you'd be able to reschedule your test more easily if you had booked it earlier. So that's a good place to begin. You'll also get your exam result for the UCAT quite quickly after you've sat the test, which means that if you apply early to sit the test, you'll have your result, and that might help you make decisions about which university medical schools you might like to apply to, for a range of reasons, because of course universities have minimum UCAT score requirements. So that could allow you to be a bit more strategic in your application process. Also, there's simply fewer people trying to book to do the exam early. We'll talk about the reasons why people enjoy doing them later in a few moments. So they're the main reasons you might want to book an early UCAT slot. But why might you wait? Well, the obvious answer to that is I've got more time to prepare. Let me just say right now, think about whether you will use that more time to prepare or whether you'll use that more time to procrastinate, have fun, whatever else that it is that you're going to do. So if you are going to use the more time to prepare, absolutely fine, book a later UCAT test. If you're not going to use that time to do that, and you're just going to mess about and then worry about it at the last minute, think carefully about booking a September UCAT exam. As you go back into year 13, there is a huge amount of work to be done. You'll be finalising hopefully personal statements. Medics hopefully will really be finalising personal statements. You have an October 15th deadline on that. So you'll have 6 weeks when you go back into school. You'll have been getting into the new content for your A-level courses and all kinds of other commitments that you'll have in September. So think very, very carefully before booking a UCAT test for a September assessment, because lots of students find that that's a really difficult time. You could be going to visit open days, hopefully in real life in September, and all kinds of other things to do with university. So please think seriously about a September UCAT test. So you've got to think about other deadlines over the summer. Please don't book a UCAT test to be done 4 days after you come back off holiday. You'll be worrying about it the whole time you're away and almost certainly not revising for it. Really not much point on going on holiday if you're going to be revising for a UCAT exam. So please don't book it for immediately coming back off holiday. You need somewhere between 40 and 70 hours of preparation for a UCAT paper. 40 to 70 hours. So please factor that in terms of when you're hoping to sit that test. I already work with students that I've been working with since before Christmas in some cases, who have been preparing really in advance for these exams. But if you haven't started your prep, a later or at least August-based test time will be much better for you. So of course you could sit the test in August, which is a balance between the two as to whether or not you do an early or a late test. But there isn't a correct time. That needs to be something that you assess based on your personal circumstances. So really what you need to think about is, when will you be ready to sit it? When will you be prepared? And indeed, do you need any additional assistance? As I say, the UCAT website is a fantastic place to begin. You need to use that to familiarise yourself with the different styles of questions, and there are different categories of questions within the UCAT, and you need to practice these. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to learn the theory and the strategies associated with each section of the test. Now, if there's enough interest on this video, and you just need to put something in the comments about your interest and I'll contact you directly, then what I'm proposing is to run a couple of hour session in July, a group session, and another one in August. We'll set the dates so that hopefully most of you would be able to attend who are wanting to. And we'll do 2 hours on Zoom for free on how to tackle each of the different categories of question on the UCAT. So for those of you who are fairly unprepared, that'll give you a bit of a head start on that. But I will run a session in July and another in August if there's enough interest. So please like this video, subscribe so that you get notifications of further updates, because I plan to do more video content on the UCAT. But also, if you drop a comment below, I will see if there's enough interest for me to run those sessions for free for you to get you started. So that means that once you have the theory and the strategies in place, because most students struggle with at least one of the different areas, it's often the abstract reasoning, which shape follows the last shape, that one. Even the 11 plus lot struggle with those. It doesn't get easier for the UCAT. So if there's enough interest, I'll run those sessions, and once you've done that, you need to go onto the UCAT site and just practice questions. It's a fantastic site. As I say, it's completely free. I'm not linked to it. They don't sponsor what I'm saying, but it's a fantastic site that I use with students all the time. It explains the correct answers, whether you get them right or wrong, and it will go through exactly the thinking and the logic behind why the answer is what it is. So I really, really rate that. And once you've spent a lot of your time, most of your revision time doing that, you're going to do practice tests. They need to be timed. You do not get a lot of time to complete the different sections on this UCAT. Each of the sections has a very short space of time, and you are not anticipated to answer all of the questions. You need to work quickly and accurately, a very difficult combination. But that will maximise your chances of getting a top grade on the UCAT papers. So with all that being said, I'd just like to round up by saying once again, please hit like on this video and subscribe to find out more content. I'm providing A-level upper 6th content as well for biology for those of you who are still struggling with that, and indeed some revision of the year 12 content. So please like and subscribe this video. It helps keep this content for free for you, and it helps me make more videos. So thank you very much indeed. Don't forget to drop a comment below if you're interested in UCAT training sessions in July and in August. I wish you the very best of luck. Thank you very much for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.